Hi, and welcome to the 5 steps of cooperation. This is step 3, understanding. Understanding is basically the ability to empathize with your alters. Try to imagine what they went through because you just have a memory, just a little fragment of memory. But, they've got fragments or entire chunks of it too. And that can span over years, not just one incident, two incidences, but they can have like a whole catalog that covers over certain years, especially during anniversaries. So that's the basic gist of it is just to develop a sense of empathy for your alters and try to you got mess uppery, but they've got mess uppery too. So just that, and that's the hard part is remembering that you're not the only one who's got this stuff going on, and you lose time and come back and feel disoriented. Well, they do the same thing, and they're a lot of times they're popped out there and they don't know what's going on. We've had some that pop out and they don't know what year it is. They don't know who I am. They don't know where we live. They don't know squat. And they don't know that I've changed my name. They won't necessarily know what's going on inside all the time either. Right. For instance, this is a great example. Harry, being the informant, Melissa asked to speak to him, and he made a very valid point. If the alters that are having these sensations that are kind of spilling over into me, into my daily life, are not in the house, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on. So that kind of goes right back to, whoever's having the issue may not even be aware that they're having mild co-consciousness with me enough that I would be sharing these hallucinations with them or flashbacks. But I understand that is probably what's happening, and I can sympathize with them for being just as scared and just as confused as me, because whatever's happening, they're not just dealing with it by themselves. I'm dealing with it with them, so we can be on the same page and we can basically do our best to try to work through it. And that's one of the biggest things to helping your system is telling them, I'm here. It goes right back to communication and reassurance. I'm here. I understand. I understand that what you're feeling is really, really intense, and what you're going through is intense. But as a system, we can get through this together. It's easier said than done. All of these steps are easier said than done. And you always have to come back through and work through them over and over again with each other. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's a really good point. Yeah. But if you trust your system, then it will work out. If you trust that they have your best intentions, your best interest. Yeah. Because that's what they did the whole time. That's exactly what they did. They kept you alive. They kept you alive. They kept you at a point of sanity that would allow you to be a functional person in the world. And understanding that they probably took a lot worse than what you remember. There's a lot of memories that I don't want. I've made that perfectly clear to them. The memories that I do have are pretty bad. And um, I started writing out the ones that I do remember, and wow, if they have worse than what I remember, then I understand them being angry and being suicidal and being hateful and being so depressed and wondering what the point was. Why were they even here? I think I think Cassie said it best. Um she uh I'm writing a creative nonfiction book about my experiences. And Cassie had mentioned oops. Cassie had mentioned when we started dealing with their creation points, the day they were created. Her best explanation, and I think this is a pretty good idea. I think she said it best when she said the reason they were created was because the brain had to understand the pain. The brain had to figure out what the pain was and how to deal with it because it was brand new. It was a brand new kind of pain. And she believes that's why she was created and why she's always been older than me, because there had to have been some way to understand and grasp that type of pain. Um, so it all comes back to that understanding. It all comes back to that putting yourself in their shoes, trying to be empathetic. Empathetic. Yeah, thank you. Um, but I hope this helps. The next one, step 4, is going to be structure. As I mentioned before, structure has to come before cooperation, but the first 3 steps can be in any order that you want: the communication, the understanding, and the reassurance. If you have any questions about this or anything you want us to elaborate on, please don't hesitate to message us and let us know, and we will do our best to answer your questions. Thank you.